Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, we will going to focus on union operator. The union operator is used to combine the result set of two or more select statement. Every select statement within the union must have the same number of columns. The column must also have the similar data type. The column in every select statement must also be in the same order. So these are the few pointers that we need to remember if we want to do the union operator in MySQL. So before any further delay, let's move on to my application. So before we start with our topic, if you are new to my channel, we would request you to please subscribe my channel and hit a like button if you like this video and share this video to the maximum people who want to learn the MySQL. Now coming back to the topic, here we have a certain scenario for the union operator that we want to execute over here. The first scenario is we want a return the city in the distinct value from both the customer and supplier table. So here I'll show you the table that we have. So we have a supplier table over here. You can see the table. So we have a 3 record in the supplier table, and the second table that we have is customer table, right? So if I show you the customer table, so we have a 5 record in the customer table. So what we want to achieve from the first example is we want the cities only in the distinct value. So the union operator will give you the distinct value. If you are using a union operator, it will give you only the distinct value. But if you are using a union all operator, it will give you the duplicate value as well. So this point we have to remember this. So if I execute this statement, right? So this is nothing but we are selecting the city as a column from customer table. We are using a union operator, right? Union is nothing but to combine the data, right? To get the combined data, right? So that is a union. So by the name itself, it is very simple. Now we want a city from the supplier table, and we have to order by with the city. So if I execute this syntax, you can see we have all the distinct city that we have, in both the tables, right? So we had total around in the 3 records in supplier table and 5 records in customer table. So if you see the union, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 record. I think 2 is maybe the duplicate one. That's why it is not came here. So the London over here and the Londons, right? So these are the duplicate record. That's why it is not coming into the result section. And there will one more column might be the duplicate one. And arbitrator Mexico DF, right? So this is a duplicate one. That's why the duplicate was not came into our result. Okay, so this is a distinct value that we are getting in the union operator if we are using a union operator. Now let's move on to the second example that we have. This is we are using a union all operator as an example. So we want all the cities with a duplicate value also from both customer and the supplier table. So as I said, if we want a duplicate all the data that we have in both the table, including a duplicate, then we can use a union all operator for this. So if I run this statement, so we already know that the 5 record in customer table and 3 record in supplier table. So total we should have the 8 output. So here we have 8 line of output, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so we have the London, it's a duplicate record is also coming. So there might be a case in the real-time scenario, there might be a cases where you want all the data, from, the 2 different table or 2 different sheet. So you can use a union all operator for the same. Now let's move on to the next example. So here what we want, SQL statement with the where clause, right? With, how we can use the where clause with the union operator, right? So here we are selecting the city, right? We want city as a column, country as a column, and these 2 from customer table, right? So here okay, so we want city and country column from customer table, where means we are filtering. We want to filter the record where the country is equal to Germany. So we want the city and country column from customer table where the country is equal to Germany, right? And we are using a union. Okay, if the moment we use a union, we will get a distinct value, right? So we want a city country from supplier table, right? So I'll take the table name below, right? Where the country is equal to Germany, right? And order by city. We want to sort this as a city. It's sort by the city, sorry. So if I execute this statement, right, we'll get a, the city and country, the Berlin, right? So since we're using a union operator, so we are getting only one record because we have only one record, right? Now another example, the SQL with the union all, where the SQL statement return the Germany city duplicate value also. The similar example with with the union all operator, right? So I can just take the table name below just for the understanding. We are using a union all operator over here. We want city and country column from supplier table. We are using a where to filter the record. Country is equal to Germany, right? So order by city. So if I execute the statement, we are getting the Germany because if I show you over here, so here we don't have Germany, right? The city Berlin over here and the country Germany we don't have. Okay, so here we have only the one line, the first line, the customer ID 1 has Berlin and Germany as a country. So that's why we are getting the one record over here. Okay, let's move on to the next example. Another union example. SQL statement list all the customer and supplier. So here we are using a type column, right? The temporary column that we do. So if I'll execute this statement and I'll show you the result what we are getting. So you can see that we have one temporary column has been added as a customer and supplier, right? And we have all the column name, that is contact name, city and country. So here in the syntax, what we are trying to achieve is we want a customer, right, as a type. So as is nothing but alias. We are giving a temporary name, a column name to a particular object. Here we are writing the column name, that is the contact name, city and country. We want all these three columns, right, from customer table. Okay, and union, right? Union, we want to combine the second table as well. So we are selecting the supplier, right? Contact name, city and country from supplier, right? So what we are trying to give is we are giving the temporary column type, right, as a customer and supplier, right, for all this column that we are supplying over here. Okay, so as type above, it is a alias, right? SQL alias are used to give a table or a column as a temporary name, and alias only exists for a duration of the query. So here we have created a temporary column name type, right? So this is a type that lists whether the contact person is a customer or a supplier, right? So that is where we are using this temporary column over here. So once we get rid of with this statement, we will not see this, right? So if I execute this again, the upper syntax, so that will go on, right? I hope you understand the union operator. If you like this video, please hit a like button and share this video to the maximum people. Thank you so much for your time.